In this video, we're going to look at how to change the gearbox oil in an Evinrude ETEC 40, 50 and 60 horsepower outboard engine.
Right, so I find slackening off the top one first. Just get a couple of turns off and then back in, and then do the bottom one second. Just ensures that if you do get the bottom one out first, drain the oil out, and you can't get the top one out, you'll find you really struggle, if not impossible, to actually refill the gear case full of oil, which is not a good thing. So now we've slackened both of them off, we can take them both out. We'll start with the top one, which is the vent. It's got a washer on there. Make sure it comes off with it. And then we'll do the bottom one. This one should have a magnet on it. Yeah. So when we take that out, we clean it and see what filings are on it. See how it looks a bit white, which means it's got a bit of water in it, it's emulsified. But I think this oil's been in for a few years, so we'll have to see. So we'll let that drain out now. Let's move the camera down. Let's see how white it is. It's a greyish. I mean, it is freezing cold here as well, which doesn't help. So we'll let that fully drain, and then we'll hit it with the pressure tester, and we'll test the prop shaft seal and the drive shaft seal on pressure and vacuum, just to see if we have got any water ingress. I'm just wiping some of the oil off there, but it actually looks pretty clean. There's not much filings on there, just to build up with dirt. Obviously with the magnet on there, when the engine's running, the oil's turning. Any filings or chippings will accumulate on there, and you can see the condition. As you can see, there's hardly anything on there. As you can see, as it's drained out further, we're starting to get some of the actual colour of the oil, which is a quicksilver. It's actually that one that's in there. That's what we're putting back in. Comes with an adapter. We take that adapter off because that's for more than metric engines. It doesn't smell that bad actually. Normally there's stink if it's been really heavily contaminated with water, but it doesn't smell actually that bad. It smells more just like gear oil, but it has been sitting, it is cold, so maybe that's masking it. So while we're waiting, we'll go ahead and put new seals on, just literally a case of just pushing them over the top. Simple as that.
Part number is 311598.
While we're waiting on this oil to drain, we'll go through in another video, we'll go through removal of one of these props. This is a 40, but we're going to do it on a 60. I've got another engine lined up. I'm going to do it today on this one, but I haven't got any split pins. They're not a hard job, but sometimes people get stuck when they're trying to remove the nut and the prop starts turning. I'll show you what to do, get a bit of wood in there, but we'll go through it. We'll do another video on an anode as well. I mean, do this one on here, but as you can see, that one is 100%. The engine's not stored in water, salt water, so it doesn't even start breaking down, that one. Still waiting on that oil though. So the next bit, we're going to do a pressure test, both vacuum and positive pressure. Fitting it into the top hole there, just so I don't get any residue, any leftover oil on the vacuum pump. Just put the bottom plug in. Taking the adapter off. That's the adapter there. So just unscrewed that. Move that over. It's as simple as getting it started on the threads, winding it in. Till it seats, and then we start putting some pressure on it. So this one, it's a manual one, so it's literally just start squeezing. Assuming we've got a good seal, should be able to start building some pressure up. as you can see, sitting around about 10 psi. Just hold it there for about 30 seconds. As long as it doesn't drop, or you hear noises or gurgling from the gearbox, you know you're good. So this one with the positive pressure put in at 10 psi, what we're looking for is just to make sure that the lip seals that hold the oil in the gearbox are sufficient to stop the oil going out. Obviously on the vacuum side, we're making sure that the lip seals on the outer side prevent seawater coming in, which is what we've got at the moment with the emulsified oil, sorry. Hopefully they're fine, it's just due to the age of the oil, because it has been in for a long time. And there, as you can see, that's minus 10 psi. That's under vacuum now, so we'll hold that for 30 seconds. I mean, 10 psi is probably overkill, because the engine probably wouldn't experience this sort of pressure anyway. But it's better to be safe than sorry and sort of over-pressurize it just to make sure it can hold. But I've always done 10 psi and it's never let me down yet. So that's the vacuum done. Just unwind that now. Right, now it's time to remove the bottom plug and we'll put the oil in from the bottom option for it to come out the top. So what we're going to do now is it's connected at the bottom, drain plug the breather holes uncovered, pump the oil up until it comes out the top. That way we know it's fully filled with the oil. You can see that the oil's starting to come at the top now. So as we keep pumping the bottle, getting most of the bubbles out. Doesn't take much. Coming near the end of the bottle anyway, so just get a few more pumps. That should be it for that. Right, so what we do now is got the drain plug, put the top one in first, the new washer on the 4mm. I know it's not a metric engine, but it tends to work best. That's all I've got. Put it in, doesn't have to be overly tight, it is just a little plug. So what we put the top one in first creates a partial vacuum, so when we release the bottom one, it all doesn't just pour out real quick. I mean, it's probably not going to do today because it's so cold, but we remove the bottom one, we'll put the bottom one, which has the magnet, to collect any filings. So we'll go ahead and do that now. It's just as simple as unscrewing. You don't have to be particularly quick, but you do have to get it in. See, and just wind the new one in. It doesn't have to be too tight, but obviously, so it doesn't come out. To wipe, remove all the oil residue. As long as it doesn't start leaking, we're good to go. So that's the gear oil change on the Evinrude now. Not a hard job. Basically just two plugs, top and bottom. Some gear oil, new seals, and you're done. Obviously you're not expecting everyone to have a pressure tester, but you don't really need one. It's just something we always do, just to ensure the lip seals are fine. Obviously stay tuned for more videos, because we're going to have more on the prop. We'll have one on the water pump, the anode, probably spark plugs as well. Not on this engine, it's going to be on a 60, but it's the same design, so can't go wrong.